What is up, guys? Vortex here, and today I'm going to be showcasing you the final game of Bagra Army on the channel, for now at least, and it is against 4 dragons. Very interesting deck that came out of EX-3, and I believe one of the dragons is actually really good and is actually topping some events in America, so quite interesting if it's Dobrikmon. I'm not too sure if you play it in 4 dragons. Might be even a completely different deck, but not too sure. Anyways, if you do enjoy this video, please do like, favourite, and subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so that you can get more Digimon content in your sub feed. But the turn that we're seeing right now is going pretty well in my favour. I've got a pretty good setup here with 2 Digimons, and I'm also got the U out, and my opponent is a bit slower. He's playing a dual colour tamer here to gain an advantage. Memory advantage that way, but he's also had to hard play the Vidramon, so not a great start from my opponent. And so at this point, I'm just, off to the races here. I've got a lot of materials coming underneath the Uemano, and potentially I'll be able to go into a really big Digimon here. And so I swing with the Madleomon. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I don't think at this point, I don't think he had much search, so I was just like, okay, that's perfectly fine, and so I pass him with 1 memory. And so now I'm just kind of figuring out what does his deck do essentially, because I'm not really 100% sure. He hits into Security and hits a Matashida, which is really unfortunate, and allows me to add Buzzing Fist back, which is going to allow me to fuel my Uemano a lot more on the following turn. And so he has to hard play another Vidramon, and yeah, you can see that he's bricking pretty hard here. So I play another Buzzing Fist. I have to add the only Bagra Army target, and I actually don't have anything underneath in the trash to put underneath a tamer. So not really a great situation here for me, but happens sometimes. And so what I decided to do here is that I want to put some broad pressure up, so I'm going to play the Tactimon to then only play, I believe, one of the Digimons, which is Troopmon. Because quite frankly, I need to put some aggression on, and if I keep this aggression up, I'll be able to win in a couple more turns. And so I'm just explaining to my opponent here what it does essentially. All the time he was like, oh, this is some busted deck, and I'm like, this is definitely not a busted deck. He goes into the Aero Vidramon and plays Trial of the 4 Dragons, then uses the Tamer to do -1k, I believe, to the Troopmon. Game-changing stuff, to say the least. And then he goes for the Loch Arigato or something like that, which means that he gets to delete something with 12k and gets to put one on top for 12k as well. So I wasn't really expecting that, quite frankly, but actually really disrupts me quite a lot, because essentially now I've lost all my materials in U. The only good thing about this is that obviously I'm being given a lot of memory, and also now I have fuel in my discard, so if I want to play Tactimon, I can have a wider selection of Digimon to pick from. But as you can see on my turn, I didn't really have much to do, and he goes to the Venusmon, and weirdly enough, the Venusmon actually doesn't really do anything against me, because I don't really have when attacking effects. It's all just opponent's turn. So I think this is probably one of the best case scenarios for this, but obviously it has the when digivolving effect, giving everything minus security attack +1. Which stops it quite a bit. He swings to security and hits a Troopmon, and he has to pass turn. So I go into a Buzzing Fist, look at the top 3, and unfortunately I have to add the Troopmon here, and then I'm going to put one underneath to gain additional memory, drawing a card and gaining a memory. So I'm getting that fuel back up eventually. It's very slow, but it happens, unfortunately. I really wasn't expecting the option card to do that as much damage there, quite frankly. So rather unfortunate there for sure. So I'm just, I couldn't believe it, 'cause I quickly realised that this is a Pokemon card, and so I didn't know you play it in this deck, or my opponent played it in this deck. So put him on free memory or free security. Really unfortunate for me for sure. And so I'm just thinking what I want to do, and I go with Tactimon, passing him with 10 because, quite frankly, I kind of like need to apply more pressure, and I don't know if he has an answer for having so many Digimon on board. And obviously, the Venusmon is pretty much, it only does it for one turn essentially, the minus security attack. So he plays Trial of the Four Gods, deleting the Megadramon. These cards were all brand new to me. I played against them, I believe, last week, but not this variant of yellow. Well, it's not all yellow, but you know what I mean, like heavily yellow base. So I let it go through, and I'm quite lucky here where I go Death to Cannon and I delete the Venusmon here. The reason why is because I didn't know if he had a Trial of the Four Dragons in hand, essentially. So I didn't really know what to do, but he's able to get it back, and I believe the Megadramon will die at the end of this turn anyways. So yeah, I'm just reading what these cards do. Apparently Goldramon allows you to trash 2 security if like all the 4 dragons are in there, and so he goes into TK. I wanted to read it. It's public knowledge, so he was fine with me reading it. And he adds the Patamon to put 1 to the bottom. And so he swings with the Megadramon. I block, go into Uemano, and then it passes to my turn. And so I go to 3. And then I'm able to pretty much start my turn. I'm just checking what Goldramon does because it has blocker, so I didn't know. So I go into the Soundbirdmon here. I'm just considering what I want to do, because at this point it's a little bit iffy, because obviously I know that the Megadramon will die. So I swing with the Mad Leomon here. I wasn't really expecting him to block because he probably has something in security that he wants, essentially. So I swing with the Damimon. It gets blocked this time. I get a memory and draw a card. So I'm currently at 5 memory, which is quite a lot, quite frankly, especially in this situation. And so I'm just trying to think about what I want to do to minimize his board, because I'm at free security. If he has like a hybrid, because I don't know if they play hybrids, if he gets a security attack +1, I'm in danger. So I'm just thinking what I want to do, and I play Defexmon for 5 here, which deletes the Agumon and also digivolves the Aerovedramon. And so now I'm in a way better position than I was before, and plus the Megadramon dies anyways, so just making sure that there is literally no out is very important for me. And so I go into using the Uemano effect to go into another Tactimon here for 7, using its effect to bring out 2 other guys. So I'm going to bring out the Troopmon and another Troopmon, because I don't think I had a Mad Leomon there. The Megadramon goes down, the Trial goes down as well, I believe. Like if it dies, it goes into another Trial. So he hard plays the Patamon here. As he hard played a Patamon, I get to use both Troopmon's effects to gain 2 memory by trashing 2 of the sources from my Tactimon, which then gains me another 2 memory. So gaining 4 memory on my opponent's turn is pretty good, to say the least, but it's only once per turn, so he's able to play this Azulongmon fine. But now he's just got to figure out ways to basically get rid of my board, because at this point it's a pretty big board, and I am going to be deleting something at the end of his turn with Defexmon. So he's just considering what he wants to do at this point, because obviously, it's a bit of a tricky situation for sure. So he's going to use, I don't know what this option does essentially, but I think he just like does like minus 5k or something like that. I'm not too sure. So I swing at security, and then I believe it's to actually delete a Digimon that's 5k DP or less, I believe. So it has blocker, I'm pretty sure, but I'm just going to swing using effects to, you know, draw more cards just in case there is an out. It's another trial, so it goes into its play area. Swing with the Troopmon, see if there's any answer. Just considering if he wants to do anything. He doesn't block, he blocks, then it goes to game 2. And so we get into game 2, and I get to go off first, and yeah, I've got a pretty good start here with the Soundbirdmon and the Amano. So going into this match, I have to be more aware of, you know, the option card, because that can be coming in security, and it's definitely something that I want to avoid, and something that I definitely do want to play around. And my opponent has to just hard play. I believe this is I can't even remember what this Digimon's called, but it is what it is. Has a non-player effect that basically means security attack -1, I believe, for everything that comes into play. So it does slow me down quite a lot actually, but I'm still able to attack, just can't really go through security. So I'll be able to put one underneath Amano to gain a draw and also gain a memory. I'll use Buzzing Fist here to trash the top 3 cards, putting down the Damemon and then trashing the rest. Don't have any other targets, unfortunately. I'll then play Choo-Choo-Mon to then search some cards out. I'll play another Amano, and we'll end the turn by playing a Troopmon. So I just want to be aggressive here, because clearly when you're given a lot of memory, you want to take advantage of it essentially. And unfortunately, I'm going to learn the hard way. Because, well, there are going to be a lot of cards that is going to affect this board. So he's going to swing with the Patamon. I'm not going to block or anything because I don't have a blocker. So then he hits the Tactimon, and then something that I really wasn't expecting. He's going to swing. It dies to the Blastmon. So, you know, good cleanup. And then he plays a DefXmon. So not great for me. I do get to save all my stuff, which is pretty cool, but now I've got to deal with a DefXmon, because this is a real big problem for me. I don't really have any hard removal except for Def the Cannon, so I have to play around it, quite frankly. So it goes to my turn now. I hatch an egg. It's a Demimeramon, obviously. I have a Soundbirdmon, and I'm just looking at my discard, see if I can do anything here. I have the Tactimon in hand, so I'm just considering, do I want to go into the Tactimon so he can just delete something small that I summon from Tactimon? And what I do is that I end up just like passing the turn here by going to the Eismon scatter mode, and then it deletes itself because of the DefXmon. Just so I can get some more stuff going in the trash, because I think at that time the Tactimon didn't have two to bring out with. So I'm going to swing with the Damemon. It hits into the other DefXmon. I wasn't expecting DefXmon in this deck whatsoever, but hey, I mean, it's a generic card, right? So it's going to be good with that anyways. So just using Soundbirdmon and Demimeramon effects to recycle a little bit. And now I'm just considering what I want to play. And I know I have to play an answer essentially here, so I'm going to go using 5 materials, just 3 materials here, to go into a Tactimon. So he goes to 3, and then maybe I should have put 1 underneath extra as well, just due to having it'll make him get 1 memory, which means he's is more limited in his plays, but I decided not to in this situation. Oh, I guess in this situation, it wouldn't have mattered if I put him to 1, because it would have deleted it and then it would go to 0, so it'd still be my turn. So he swings the Death X-Mon. He takes it back. Cheating, disgusting. I can't believe him. No, it's fine. It's fine. So I have to go to my turn now. I go to Digimon in Raising. Now I'm just considering like what is my line of play because there are 4 security. So I swing. He's tempted to block here, but he goes in. He gets this this option card, which makes it lose, I believe, 5k DP, I believe. And then I play Buzzing Fist to fuel my Trash and my Tamers more. So I add the Buzzing Fist, and then I put the Madliamon underneath the Uemano here. And yeah, at this point, I don't know if I can win from this position, but you have to try, don't you? So I Digicross once again for 3, going into another Tactimon, giving him 5, then playing 2 damage, but I get a take back here as well, so you know it makes it fair. You know, it makes it fair. However, I think I just cheated there because I don't think you can get Soundbirdmon. So I'm realizing a lot of things now once I've looked at the gameplay back. My bad, but I don't think it would have mattered anyways. So I think it's fine. I think at that point, though, I should have gone into the Tactimon for 5 instead of 3, because if I'd gone into it cheaper, then he would have less plays and he would be choked for memory, potentially. So, you know, you notice these things when you you play this game and you watch it back, quite frankly. And here's us getting our participation packs. Wow, what a fun time. So my opponent, you know, he has 2 attacks up, and he's just showing what he pulled. But I only have 1 blocker here, so he plays Trial to go into Megadramon, and he deletes, I believe, the blocker, which sucks. And this is where I definitely obviously realise that I've misplayed here, because what I should have done here is I should have gained an additional memory from him playing the Megadramon, and then I also should have you know, as I got to say, I've got more memory. But if I Digicrossed a lot more earlier, I could have choked him and gone to my turn. So I misplayed there, but the game ended up being a draw.